It was something. I mean, that really. I mean, you don't get to be part of a lot of those types of games in your career as a player or a coach, and it's real fitting that this team won that way. It's just what I've said all year, right? Is what you love the most about this group is how resilient they are, and all the adversity that we faced, and they never quit, and we never stopped fighting, and that's what you love about the team, and that was tonight's game was kind of a microcosm of that.
We talked to Coach Whitted about the similarities of this game with the regular season game in Brown, and then there were so many ways in which this game was far different.
I didn't think it was very similar at all. Yeah. It was similar from a score perspective, but they didn't create that many chances in Brown, even though we were down 3-0. Tonight they did. The funny thing is our first tonight was way better than our first last night. I mean, last night we were terrible in the first, but we were up 1-0. Tonight we were pretty darn good in the first and controlled most of the first 10-15 minutes and found ourselves down 3-0. So that's the way. It's weird that way, right? So I think in the locker room we felt like we were playing pretty good, but all of a sudden you're down 3-0. You're like, what is going on, right? And so we just tried to stay the course. So I think where the game was different was that they continued to get a lot of chances as well. We got a ton of chances in the last 40 minutes, but they had a ton too because we had to open it up. And that's where Jason was special. I mean, and that's what a senior and a leader and a great goalie does. A lot of guys would be rattled about giving up 3 goals in the first period. And he just went back and worried about the next save. He tried to focus on having a next save mentality, not worrying about what happened. Just focus on the next save. And he was really good. And I thought Ernst was too. It was funny, it's a high-scoring game, but I thought both goaltenders were outstanding tonight.
Coach, where does this game rank in the set effort era? Let's put it that way.
I don't worry about those things. It's a fair question. It's a fair question. I get it. I just,
you need to think about it.
I don't know. I don't look at it as, my era. I get the privilege of being the coach of our program, but I don't look at it as my era. It's just our program, and I don't look at games I was part of as a assistant coach at Denver with any less, than I look here. So. I think it was special that it was at home, that we were down 3-0, and that this team, with the great leadership we have, kept fighting for each other, so we could come back and give ourselves a chance to win.
You've never talked much about the postseason losing streak here, so does it mean anything that it's finally over?
Well, you guys will stop asking me about it. So I don't have to hear that question and give you the same answer, that isn't something I worry about. Because we've won on the road. We've won on the road a lot, which is harder, yeah. I think I'm sure not only, it's not about does it feel good for me, I don't worry about that. Like, I do think that there's some pressure that comes with that I think our team felt a little last night in the first period. I think we played a little tight to start the game last night. And I think that getting the job done in the manner with which we got it done helps alleviate that a little bit.
You had a chance to get one late in the first and couldn't. How important was it to get one right away in the second?
Yeah, I thought it was very important. We were talking about that. I thought it was real important to get one in the first 5 or 6 minutes. And obviously to get one in the first shift is even better. Really got the crowd going, got the bench going, and kind of reaffirmed what we talked about in the room, that we're playing pretty good. Let's not panic and let's stay the course. And Milos was just a man tonight. I mean, he's been so good for us down the stretch. He's playing the best hockey of his career, which you'll love to see your seniors doing. He was just a beast tonight, let's not forget he had to play also against, their best players, so he had a lot of responsibilities on a penalty kill in the defensive zone, and he also, was able to get 2 goals and an assist for us. And, Riley obviously has been a little snake bit since coming back from injury, and he had that glorious chance that he missed, and the kid Ernst made an unbelievable save, and, a younger Riley would have let that eat him up, and his game would have went off track from there. But Riley, that is evolved now as our leading goal scorer and one of our best players, stayed the course and kept fighting and was able to deliver for his teammates.
Obviously, it wasn't the start we wanted to have, and something we're going to have to clean up after the weekend. But it was, we just came into the locker room and we knew that everything had to change from within that room, and it would only come from us, and that was the only way we were going to get back on the horse here. And, to go out and have that big first shift and Milos getting that goal just changed the entire game. It changed the swing of the entire game, and it gave us a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum going into the rest there.
A lot of teams down 3-0 at the end of the period. Some teams could fold up. I mean, what does it say about this, the heart and the fight in this team to come back like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's something we've done all year, actually. So to work on it throughout the year just proves itself, in the postseason here. And it's just why we do all those hard things in spring training. I mean, we have a rigorous training, in the off season, and that's why we fight the entire year. It's for moments like that when you're down and everyone thinks, you're just going to give up, and you just look inside the locker room and everyone looks at each other and says, there's no way that, that's ever going to happen.
Advancing to the next round, I mean, what do you guys got to do to keep this run going?
It's just important we have a good week of practice. We get back on Monday and we, clean up some areas that we needed to, look back at the video. But mainly we just got to stick together and, stick to our process throughout the week, doing things right. And, we'll take whatever comes at us in the next round here.